Hi there, this is Carl Irwin, and I've got something interesting to show you. Does anybody have a $100 bill? No? Nobody has it? Do you have any dollar bills? You have a one? Well, I guess this will work. We'll try it. We'll try it with a one. Normally I need 100 for this, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. We'll do something different. You don't have 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you 100. Yeah, really watch. You can see that what happens here. This is like traveling and making out on the exchange rate, right? We have a $100 bill. It's actually a Jamaican $100 bill. Now, unfortunately, it's worth less than your one that you started with, which is typically how exchange rates work. But I can make it right again. We'll just do this in reverse. Watch closely. You can see we're back where we started. Thank you. So I want to talk with you about an approach to the $100 bill switch or $100 bill change that I haven't heard anybody talk about. And this is to carry for a reason. I've seen this used before, but I've never heard anyone really discuss a good reason for it. And that is the use of a hyperinflation international bill. Dollar bill changes are becoming less and less as a lot of international money is turning over to plastic or Tyvek. And it's a little harder to fold with that kind of currency. More so, I think, Bill Tear, torn and restored kind of effects are becoming less and less because of that kind of currency. But if you still have paper money and you still have foldable money, where you are, a hyperinflation bill can be useful. So what I do is I keep in my thumb tip a hyperinflation bill. And this is not even the extreme kind of example of this. This is a Jamaican $100 bill. I got it years ago. I don't even know when or how I came across it. I've never personally been to Jamaica. But it is a real dollar bill, $100 bill from Jamaica, and it has the English letter numbering on it, $100, and it is worth less than $1 bill. But the idea here is that to have this loaded for the ready to go for a $100 bill change, what it does is it gives me a lot of flexibility in the bill that I can use. I did this opening because this is a common issue. I've done the $100 bill change where I've been in a group of people and I say, does anybody have a $100 bill? And usually somebody does if there's enough people there and if they're over a certain age, and particularly if you're in kind of a vacation environment where people carry some money around on them, you're out kind of in public, that can increase your probability of getting a hold of a $100 bill. But I've been in those circumstances where nobody does, and now you're left saying, well, what's the biggest bill you have? And you end up changing a $20 bill into a one. And the problem with that is that it seems like your plan was always going to be the same. You're always going to change a big bill into a small bill. That's fine. You can do that. But with a hyperinflation bill, think about the options. If I say, does anybody have a $100 bill, and someone does, I can change their currency from the nationality of the currency from an American $100 bill to a Jamaican $100 bill. So it's kind of a lateral move. And then I still have the gag at the end to say this is actually worth less than $1 US, which is usually how the exchange rates work anyway. So either way, whether I have 100 or I get a 1, which is more likely, I can still do an effect that seems to be spontaneous and impromptu. In fact, even the way I word this, I say, does anybody have a $100 bill? and I get a yes, I can do the presentation I just mentioned, or I can do the one I showed you, which is to say, what do you have? A 1? Well, let's try this. You know what? You don't have 100. I'm going to get you 1. Now it seems like the effect that I'm actually doing is spontaneous. It's something different than what I probably intended to do because the circumstances were different than what I intended. So anyway, a hyperinflation bill, it gives you a lot of presentational flexibility. It eliminates any awkwardness whenever you just can't get the bill that you want. I think it broadens out the scope of the presentation considerably, because really the presentation is different depending on the denomination of bill that you have to use. Another thing to point out is that a hyperinflation bill can work really, really well with other props. For example, I always carry in my wallet, I don't use it very often, but I always carry in my wallet, this is my own personal rendition of Gregory Wilson's Foreign Affair. Starts with a $1 bill, and the idea is you act as though you're going on a journey and you travel through different areas, different nationalities, where you're going to see the currency change. And it changes not only the nationality of the currency, but also the value. So you went from a 5 to a 10, and you go through different kinds of circumstances, different areas. You go to a $20 bill, and then we can go to a $50 bill. And then, of course, this can change ultimately to a $100 bill. And this works really, really well with the hyperinflation bill. And I can joke at the end and say it's 100, but it's actually worth less than the one that we started with, which is usually how exchange rates work. So anyway, just an idea for you. Hyperinflation bills, you can get these online. You can actually get like trillion-dollar bills online if you find the right kind of currency. And it's real money. It's actual money. It's not fake money. It's not play money. It's actually real money that was actually printed for a country at some point when their currency got completely out of whack. You can get a stack of these that you can use. And because it's real money, it's usually printed on, as this bill is, it's printed on a linen. So it's going to survive. It will last a long time. It's a linen paper rather than a regular kind of wood-based pulp paper, just like a dollar bill would be. So anyway, that's my idea. Hyperinflation money for the bill change, and best of luck with that, and happy magicking.